Hi, so I'm going to show you guys how to make a squirrel-proof bird feeder for about $5. Um, and first thing is location. In order for it to be squirrel-proof, you can't have it anywhere near trees, branches that they can jump from to the bird feeder. This bird feeder or any others. So first thing I did was cut down branches that surround this bird feeder, and yeah, so more than 10 feet should be fine. Next thing I did was figure out that I want this bird feeder to be viewable from the house and the garden, and be high up. So what I've done is slung it over a branch, which you'll see here, and it's about 15 feet off the ground. I did that with paracord, and you can do that with any bird feeder. And all I do there is attach the paracord to a wrench, throw the wrench over the branch, and if you've got enough paracord, 30 feet in my case, you'll have your paracord slung over the branch and you can proceed from there. First thing I did was figure out how to attach this to the tree. I've done that with a piece of paracord around the tree and a carabiner attached to that, so it makes it for easy up and down maneuver of the bird feeder. So there we have the basic attachment. Now I didn't use just paracord because basically they didn't work. Squirrels are pretty smart, as we know, and it was pretty easy for them to bite through the paracord, and lo and behold, the last bird feeder I had ended up on the ground, smashed, thanks to the squirrels. So it's not just paracord. In fact, there's three parts to it now. The first part is the paracord, and the second part, which goes over the top of the branch, is an old dog lead, believe it or not. That is quite good, and that it doesn't bite into the branch, enables the cord to slip over the branch, and it's not so easy for a squirrel to bite through a dog lead, especially if there's leather involved or something like that. I might change that eventually, but for now, dog lead works. The last part is the critical part. As you can see, probably, the hanging there, there's about 6 to 8 feet of what I've used is 22 gauge steel wire hanging down from the dog lead. Use that because I tried a few other things. Paracord, like I said, they bit through that. Fishing line, I'd read that they couldn't climb on that. Indeed, true, they can't climb on fishing line. But what can they do to it is bite through it. So another failure with fishing line. Now, steel wire, so far, they can't climb it, just like fishing line, and they can't climb down it, and they can't bite through it. So this has been up here about a month, and so far success. They have not been able to either climb down it or bite through it. So three parts: paracord, the first part. Second part, I used a dog lead to go over the branch so it doesn't bite into the branch. Third part, steel wire leading to the bird feeder. So next to the bird feeder itself, and here it is. It's not exactly the prettiest thing you ever saw, but I will show you the components and how I put it together. So first thing you'll see is, and I'll hold it like that so you can see how it's hung, is a soda bottle. And this one was extra large, I think, but only cost $1 from the local dollar store. So one soda bottle, took the label off obviously, and then at the bottom, if you'll see, I've made a few strategic holes around the ribs of the bottom of the bottle. So about 3/4 of an inch kind of triangles there. So idea is you can fill the bottle up with bird food, and then it will slowly be dispensed at the bottom here out of the bottle. Underneath the bottle I've attached what actually is a Chinese food takeaway lid. It's perfect for this, just a little bit wider than the bottle, so allowing any of the bird food that comes out to sit in there and the birds to be able to access it, but not too wide that the squirrels could potentially land on it. So I think, as you'll see there, maybe an inch, inch and a half either side of the bottle at the bottom. And how did I attach that? Well, it's a little tricky, but worked it out. Again, used the steel wire, 22 gauge, and drilled a small hole in the bottom of the bottle, and then used a piece of wire that actually threaded through the top of the bottle to loop that around a steel bolt and nut that's now inside the bottle at the bottom. And then on the other side, as you'll see, there's another steel bolt and nut at the bottom, and you can see the steel wire there appearing on the other side. And all you do is tighten that steel wire against both bolts to hold the lid in place on the bottom. Final thing you'll see is I've used a piece of bamboo because I have plenty of that available, but a stick would work just as well. Attached to the lid of the Chinese takeaway lid via, the bamboo is attached to the plastic lid at the bottom via a couple of small cable ties. As you see there, I just drilled a hole through the plastic lid and attach the stick or the bamboo to that. The reason I did that was to have it a little easier for the birds to be able to land as they fly along, and you can land on the bamboo and easily eat from the dish. You don't want the bamboo or the dish sticking out too far to entice the squirrels to land on the thing. So far this seems to work. I've got about an inch and a half, a couple of inches either side there for the birds. It seems to be a little too precarious for the squirrels. The other thing that helps that, as you'll see, is the way I've attached the hanging mechanism. So this is actually a loop from old bird feeder, just cut off, and again I've attached that to a nut and bolt on the other side of the lid, and just drilled an appropriate sized hole in the top of the soda bottle here. So there you have it. There's the bird feeder. And not even $5 in terms of bird feeder itself. Soda bottle was $1. You can use any soda bottle, so you don't have to spend to get one. And then Chinese takeaway lid, and you could use wire to hang it if you don't have something like I had. That would work just as well. So there we have it. Just refilled the bird feeder. As you can see, it's attached with another carabiner to the steel wire, and the steel wire leads up to the dog lead, which is a bit frayed, but they're still not bitten through it. And then that leads to paracord, which then I tie to the tree. So there we are, all ready to load up, and let's see if I can do it one-handed. Looks like I can. Alright, so it's being pulled up by myself pulling this paracord here. I'm just going to lead it over to the tree and carefully make sure the dog lead goes over the branch, and then attach it to the carabiner on the tree. There we go. Looped over the carabiner, and there we are, all set. And so far I've seen attempts, actually quite funny ones. I've yet to be able to record one, but the funniest was a squirrel managed to get over the branch and start to climb down the steel wire. They can't do that They're able to climb many things, but the steel wire is a no. So he got about a foot and then slipped and then smashed into the top of the bird feeder, which of course doesn't do anything, and then fell to the ground. That's the closest I've seen so far, but I think it's a winner.